Okay, we're going to hop right into it then,
my.
folks.
All right.
So good
My
stuff. So this
goodness.
is a really big game, though. This is lower bracket. Loser of this is going home.
My
Winner
God.
moves on to the lower bracket finals. We're getting to the tail end of this bracket,
Woo.
Slacks. It's heating up.
I love Alliance.
Lube
It's a
up those
great
wickets.
team. They're great guys, but God, I love that underdog story. Come on, Mama's boys, you can do it.
All right.
Woo!
Well,
All right, I see
a lot of good
Earth
supports
Spirit
here.
and Invoker. Okay, Invoker's banned.
Omni Knight,
Omni
Flame.
Knight.
Disruptor.
Let's just
Oh.
name every hero.
Look at that. It's a Pudge, a Tiny, a Slaughter.
What are the there is an Earth Spirit, though. We have not seen
Ooh.
any Earth Spirit pick. I feel like he hasn't gotten into many pools.
And he won't
And-
this time.
Okay, well,
All right, thank
have
you.
fun, Earth
So
Spirit.
We did see Warlock and Omni in the same pool. Warlock is banned. Will
Okay.
Omni get through?
I think he will.
Now, the Naga Siren ban does make some sense. Loda did play it in game one of this series, where Alliance did win.
There's a Pudge, too. I'm pretty pumped
Oh,
about
yeah.
that. What do you... Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you got-
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Pudge.
I mean, it just feels so disappointing seeing him because you know he's not going to get picked. I would love to see it, though.
Oh, it could happen.
We saw it picked
Not
in the
this
very
An
game.
first
elimination game. That's pretty. I would, if you were right about that, that's great. But
If I'm right about that, I'm going to need you to
buy some lottery tickets.
get that going. All right. Well, then, who's your
Let's go to
prediction?
the casino after
Who's
this.
the most OP hero left? in the-
Centaur.
Ah,
Let's see.
Well, we have seen Mama's Boys play a lot of Ursa, who's
yeah,
also
Ursa's
in the pool
good.
here.
I think Morphling's probably the best carry.
I think there's a pretty good chance Ursa gets picked up. Ursa, Omni Knight on the same team. We've
Yep.
seen that duo in harmony.
Pretty good.
Give him a free
Pretty good.
BKB early on.
yeah. It's a nasty combo for sure. Oh, and you were called it
and
again.
It will not happen this game.
What a great analyst.
Oh, that's actually a really good pick. That
Alliance's
prevents the
turn to
Morphling for Alliance.
And kind of the Omni Knight. At least deters the Omni a little bit.
No,
I think Mama's Boy is going to get Morphling as a result.
doesn't deter Omni Knight at all. He pops a repel, and it's pretty good against Ancient Apparition. In general.
Well, it's an AoE spell.
Who cares? Then don't group up. Alliance.
That's all they do.
A brilliant
That's all
strategy.
they do.
Great hero pick from Mama's Boy.
You know, I
We
think,
found the solution to
you
the
think there's a
Alliance.
chance S4 could play the Brewmaster here?
Yeah, Brew's great.
That's a little bit of a
Yeah.
throwback, but a really
He's
classic
played it.
S4.
He's played it in this tournament, actually.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, yes.
Oh! As I said before, what a great pick against Ancient Apparition. Great repel can prevent the shatter and give you just enough time to escape.
You
Not
know-
only that,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
what? What?
Please,
bitch? Interrupt me.
Continue, please.
Anyway, so we're definitely going to be looking for some probably strength heroes to go along with that Omni Knight. Somebody that wants to get in their face. Darkseer is a pretty good pickup as well. Speed boost, whatever carry that Omni Knight is going to be looking out for. They're going to have to be careful with the repels, however. Make sure that synergy is good, because obviously Darkseer can't boost anybody with that repel. Very interested to see what we're going to be picking here on Mama's Boys. If I was Mama's Boys, I'd probably be looking at a Dusa. Not a bad choice.
What about Disruptor for the silence? Try to catch the Omni Knight a little bit?
Disruptor? It's a very even matchup. Omni Knight can completely ruin Disruptor's day, and Disruptor can ruin Omni Knight.
Okay.
If one of your teammates is getting called back by whatever skill that is. Oh,
It's also good against the
Oh,
Darkseer, is sort of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, it can be okay against Omni, real good against Darkseer, but
If
Mama's
they
Boys
want
will
to
be the
get
one to get the brew.
Diffusal, Slark is probably the best pick for that.
Yeah.
If they want to go something... the best technical carry is probably Morphling, but I don't know if you want to go that this game.
I mean, looking at this, the late game for Mama's Boys is scary with AA Veno. Probably likely to be some sort of a core Veno, off lane or safe lane.
Right.
But once they get past level 11, if you get a Veil, if AA gets an Aghanims, once Veno gets Veil, Ags, Blink, and level 16, it's disgusting how much damage
I want
they
to say
can
this
do.
before I run out of time. I think Alliance should go with the Wraith King. What do you think?
Even
about
against Ancient Apparition?
That? Yep.
Well,
I
they
think
took the
should do
Tiny
it.
here, so
They're
probably
gonna go
not.
for Tiny. What do you think about Wraith King this game? Is he any good?
I don't think
Great.
you want to pick it into an AA.
No.
Well, it
think
stops
it's
his
fine.
lifesteal.
Yeah, but he has 2 lives, bro.
But he has 2
If
lives.
you're going all team fight, which Mama's Boys has right now, Wraith King is actually amazing, I think.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I think Mama's Boys could pick it.
Call Slack.
No,
I don't think Alliance is going to pick it.
Yeah, I don't... Well, it could be an S4 Tiny, maybe.
But I think
Usually
it could.
Loda.
I think it could definitely work for the Mama's Boys team. Great frontliner to kind of go with the. It takes some onus off the Brewmaster. You got the Wraith
Yes.
King, the big beefcake in the front line with the 2 lives, as Suns fan astutely pointed out.
I think Alliance needs a stun.
He's
don't
not a
they?
YOLO, is he?
No, not quite YOLO.
Not
a yolt.
YOLO enough.
Wraith King's Yolt.
What do you think Alliance is going to pick for their last one? I think they need a stunner bad. We got a Slardar, we got a Wraith King, we got a Slark. I mean, we got some people that can definitely work.
That's true. It could be S4 Tiny, like a Loda Wraith King, or how about the Centaur? Okay, forget about the Centaur.
I like the Brewmaster a lot this game, though, for Mama's Boys, because there's a lot of guys that you want to be able to control in this team fight. And that Brewmaster tornado thingy that he do. Oh,
Yeah, the Cyclone, yes.
yes.
Boy, that tornado.
That tornado thingy.
All right, there it is.
Morphling
Good call
Tusk.
on that one there, Shannon. The Morphling paired with the Ancient Apparition on the same team, and great success with the Tusk last game. Though Disruptor can be very good against Brewmaster. You got to be careful with those initiations.
Yeah, he could be very good against Morphling as well.
Oh, the
Deucey.
Dusa. We've been talking about this, and we haven't seen it. This might be the first Dusa pick of the tournament. So it is an S4 Tiny headed to the mid lane, and Dusa picked up by Loda. All right. I like Dusa with Omni Knight, though.
I do like
that's
Dusa
really
with
good.
Omni Knight. It's
And also the Darkseer gives her the movement speed if she's in a sticky situation.
Yep. This seems like a pretty much supports just get those carries to where they need to be and make them invincible. But it's gonna be rough. Who on Mama's Boys is gonna be getting that diffusal blade though? Who's gonna be the one? I mean, they don't really have
Maybe
a lot
the
of.
Veno. It's a black Veno, so once he gets those core items, he could move into a diffusal. Once he gets
Yeah.
Blink Ag's Veil, he doesn't really need anything else, and he could very easily pick up a diffusal if he has the farm.
I mean, I don't know. As an Omni player, I like it when people that don't usually pick up diffusal to try to counter. So that could be. I don't. We'll see how it goes for Mama's Boys, but I'm definitely favoring Alliance's draft. What are you guys thinking?
I want to say the Alliance draft, but I think it could be really even. AA Veno is really, really scary if it gets towards that late game. But we'll see what the casters think. We've got Mott and Grant once again for game number 3 of this series.
Look at that picture. Beautiful.
All right, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good morning here for all of you in maybe the Pacific Coast of America, as we are, of course, here with our last game of this best-of-3 series. It is Alliance versus Mama's Boys. Here in game number 3, the losers bracket round number 3. Winner of this series moves on to play up against either EG versus Vega. Loser is done and they are out. So this is a huge game, a very interesting draft, of course. We're here on moonducktv. It is PIA Captain's Draft 3.0, presented by Dota Cinema and moonducktv. This is Grant and Mott. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. And Grant, how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great. Nothing like a game 3 with a Medusa. Just
Yeah, well,
the best.
that's going to be probably a bit of a long game. It's not like Mama's Boys doesn't have a really hard farming carry either. But I mean, they've got Pycat. So.
We've swapped it up. We have Yapzor actually on the Tusk. We're going to have Bambo on the Brewmaster. The
yeah.
Boots first Brewmaster.
I've
I'm
seen
actually
this.
excited.
I've seen the Bambo Brew before. I forgot to mention this to you when we were talking earlier. I've seen it before in European Dota, and it's actually pretty damn good.
I remember it in TI2 on Nows, I believe, and it was always sick. I mean, that's been 4 years now. But
That's a little while ago. Chilling Touch is going to go. Alliance will not be able to grab the bottom rune spot. Pycat will be the one to pick it up, and he more than likely go mid. They will get Ake the Disruptor, the bounty run on the other side, so they don't get quite what they're looking for. Ice Shards are going to block Ake, and they've got the clap. This could very well be your first blood, but they get off the Purification. Still, this is going to be trouble for Ake. He's going to lose a lot of HP. Pycat was looking for maybe some damage, but he doesn't have waveform. It's a good effort, but the Purification comes through from EGM and keeps him up and alive.
If interesting, he did go with the Morph early before he even knew he was going to team fight at the Rune, and that might have cost him a kill.
Yeah, they had Chilling Touch. I think he was confident enough, but if he had gotten waveform, maybe they get that kill, but it would have been tough. Anyways, there's going to be Purification. The Avalanche will go, and Pycat is already getting zoned out. This dual lane mid might continue to stay, and Pycat will not have the easiest time last hitting either. But Yapster is going to come in to help him out and getting some right clicks as well. But EGM is actually pretty low on mana. He does have a Clarity as well as a Mango, and he's going to have to use one of the two pretty soon. In fact, he pops the Clarity now, Grant. We'll see how that goes.
So interesting. We have the AA Veno off lane, Black playing on that pretty much carry Veno right now. And
Right.
I think it's the best lane they could put versus Medusa to put pressure on him, not let him get like too much early farm, and he hasn't so far.
The thing I feel is pretty bad, though, is, I mean, first of all, Black didn't have a great game yesterday. Obviously, it was a big carry from Bambo. He did great. I don't know about this offlane for Bambo either. It doesn't have a Stout Shield, not that that matters. It's still the Iron Shield. There's the Chilling Touch. The Ice Shards will block up on Ake. They don't have the Snowball, however. They're looking for a couple more right clicks. I just don't see them getting this kill, especially with the Glimpse back coming from Mama's Boys. They didn't skill up Gale for Venomancer. Had they had that, they probably get the kill, but that's just not the case.
Yeah, and we did have the Omni Knight roaming in from behind, so they're just going to be following each other, trying to EGM just going to be trying to stop kills. That's his whole purpose in the first 20 minutes.
There's no ward on the rune spot, and Yapsor is still with Chilling Touch, only for a moment longer, but a snowball in here could be huge if he is level 2, but he's only level 1, looking for ice shards perhaps mid, and maybe just getting the courier. He's a little too far away from him now. I think the courier's going to head back home. Maybe not. He's wrapping into the jungle. I don't know if he sees it. Meanwhile, back towards mid, S4 gets off the avalanche, I believe, and here we go. They're going to look for this courier. Yapsor is in the tree line. If he just stays there a little bit longer, he might not make it out in time. The courier's going to make itself away, and Yapsor will not be able to find it. That would have been some extra gold going his way, and that's just some wasted time. He's like, well, I'll just sit around and do nothing, I guess.
Yep, and he'll probably have to just head back bottom and try to just keep contesting Lotus farm because they don't want it to have it like Black had last game where he pretty much just got free farm. He got a first blood too, yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge pickup. His 6 last hits for Loda. Black has 7, interestingly enough, so he's doing pretty well. But here's the wrap mid. Avalanche is going to go ahead and use his Morph of Strength game. They're going to toss him up as well. They just don't have enough damage, but it is very close for S4. He still will take a couple of tower hits as well. A lot of damage. If he took one tower hit, maybe he would have been dead. But there's Soxa getting the kill. It's going to be Aki getting caught out. Looks like they used, I think, just the Chilling Touch and Ice Shards to get it done. Black didn't even use the Gale here to get that particular kill, which is huge. And this is going to put more pressure on Loda again from being able to farm. That's huge.
And poor Aki is going to be just like the pug in the game. He doesn't have anything to get away from people. He can throw up he can throw you back with glimpse, but that's about it. He's going to get run down. This going up against a Tusk.
He's got to walk all the way back to the bottom lane. But PyCat has to do the same. So PyCat is going to miss a lot of experience and a lot of last hits. And it's going to be 12 last hits for S4. And Tiny, of course, more base damage. He's tankier. He's got combo ability coming out from both of his abilities, his toss and his avalanche as well. So this is not an easy lane for PyCat. And I think this is going to be a field day, which S4 has yet to have. I don't think he had a really good game last game. And the game before that, of course, he played not very well.
His line was fun, but yeah, he just got targeted, like Slack said. And top lane, Bulldog taking a lot of damage, but it's Bambo with... He already has Arcane Boots. He's doing very well top against the Darkseer, and I'm actually kind of surprised about that.
17 last hits to 21. Bottom lane, EGM's in trouble. He's got Repel. He's going to get caught, though. He has Purification. He can't use it anymore now. 2 more right clicks. The Ice Shards will block, and that's a kill. The Yapsor is pretty low. He's out of mana as well. The Gale will hit. Loda running out of mana here pretty considerably. There's the Cold Feet. It's going to proc, and Loda, he gets the fairy far off. Can he get Yapsor? The answer to that question is no. Soxa gets a double damage. Yapsor lives with 12 HP. Now the Plague Ward's going to work. This tri-lane is owning. EGM has to TP back in to keep Ake alive. But they stay alive for Mama's Boys and get 2 for nothing there. Big pickup.
Yeah, that was sick. Black just using the Plague Ward to block off where Loda wanted to run, so he had forced to go around, and he just got beat down. And Tusk is like, all right, I lived. I didn't expect to.
They're going to rotate the lanes. Top lane, Deuce is going to TP in. This is what happened to Loda last game, except he TP'd from top to bottom, so. And PyCat will find himself a bottle and a double damage rune with it. And the salve comes out onto Yapsor as well. Now, finally, PyCat might be able to contest this farm, but S4 is 24 last hits to 13. Boy, is he having a good time.
Yeah, he is. And Tiny, I know now that mid-Tiny is a thing again. The Blink Dagger, Tiny is just always so fun to watch, and he can just transition to late game.
Look at that right click, the waveform, and he's about to die. The snowball will get the job done. He just hits him twice, and holy shit, that's a lot of damage.
That was weird. Tiny just sat there getting that last in the creep, and he just tanked PyCat, and then Yapsor from behind just finishes him off.
Black with
Boys looking
level
great.
3 Plague Ward. EGM is like, please don't touch me. I don't want to get your slimy crap all over me. And he's actually going to back away.
This is such a good early game. I guess Alliance does have like a Darkseer, a Medusa.
They have really good late game. They have really good late game and team fight.
They do, but I mean, like say a Veno with an Ags and an AA, like that's crippling for anyone.
Bambo is going to be strutting his stuff here pretty soon. He's almost level 6. He does have to head back home. There's a lot of damage coming out, I think, from Bulldog and Dusa. And Loda is getting some room to farm now. He's up to 19. He's ahead of PyCat. Again, PyCat not having the best start, and he's actually going to have to wait for him away. The strength more. There's the glimpse back. He's got Replicate, and now Yapsor going to work. The Ice Shards will come through. Bulldog's low. He pops up the Soul Ring. Yapsor is going to live, but back towards mid, so will PyCat. And Soxa looking for that rune. He'll get it. Ake doesn't have glimpse for 34. S4 looking for a toss Ava, and they won't be able to get it done. They might continue to chase. He's going to toss up on Ake into Soxa. Will it be enough damage? They don't have Thunderstrike, and here comes the Ice Shards to block it off. The Avalanche was so close, but they just couldn't get it done. Wow.
No, Mama's Boy they're always where they need to be on time, and they're just looking really good right now.
PyCat getting run out by S4. But here's the thing. So Mama's Boys have a 4-0 advantage. However, they're not farming well. 39 last hits for the Darkseer, 31 last hits for Loda, 27 last hits for S4. So,
Kills are good, but if you're not getting anything after the kills, Black actually probably farming at 25-1 is almost the best on Dire it is, and you're right, Medusa is getting a lot, 33-4 now. Oh, bottom lane.
they're going to go for Loda. They get the split off. Good purification. They've got the repel. The Cyclone, he did get it off just in time. The spell magic will not work. Loda's completely out of mana. They can still die for the skill. The repel is going to go away momentarily. They need to get off the boulder toss. They've got vision. There it goes. They need one more or two right clicks to get the job done. They'll find it. And Bambo is still at full health and a lot of mana. TP coming in. That'll be from Ake. He's got Glimpse. He can glimpse him back into the tree line, but I don't really think that's going to do much. And Bambo is able to rotate. The first usage of his ultimate is an easy kill, but here we go. Darkseer from the backside. Bambo, he's got Clapinate. He just used it to clear up the creep wave. Aki's got Glimpse back, and it's going to go right into lane. Black's in trouble as well. There's the Avalanche coming in, and meanwhile, the Iron Shell will get the job done. Toss up into Bambo. The Clap will come out. Still a 2-for-1 exchange is about to come, and there it is. In Alliance's favor, they're finally on the board.
Yeah, but those are two huge kills. It's a carry Veno and a pretty much a carry Brewmaster when he's in the safe lane. Black was actually trying to TP out, and he just got vacuumed at the very last second. So he's going to have to run all the way back to lane when he's alive now.
Yeah, that's not great. So, Mama's boys, again, they get a couple of good kills, but they are missing out on farm left, right, and center. I don't know. Loda's still getting plenty of room to work with. He's got 38 last hits. He's got his phase now, which is actually a lot of damage. They might just try to go for him again, though. They'll TP up Bambo, and he's got Clap ready to go. He doesn't have, blink or anything, but he thought about running at him.
Blink will be huge here. And Pycat farming decently now, 30-6. Aquila, Bottle, Boots. He's one of the heroes that can always flash farm, catch up to, and just like Medusa with split shot.
Right. Just waveform creep waves and stuff like that.
Never want to count him out. Is this this definitely looks like a Lincoln's game. Well, yeah, it's a Lincoln's game, not an athlete game.
The Glimpse will come out, obviously. I think it blocks toss as well. I'm not sure.
It's definitely that Glimpse, though. Glimpse is so big.
Yeah, the Glimpse is really the biggest thing you're trying to block off, and there's a couple other things like Mystic Snake and things like that. But top lane, Loda, he is in some trouble. There's going to be the Ice Vortex. He does get off his ultimate. Mystic Snake will give him back all of that mana with the ultimate down. Alliance, they're thinking about fighting. They bring up another hero. It's Bulldog. He doesn't have his wall yet, but he's got level 2 Vacuum, level 4 Iron Shell. Got a headdress. Oh, Bambo taking so much damage. He's got split in 6, but he needs to back away, and I don't think he can be involved in a fight. Sox is going to scout out Admiral Bulldog coming in from the side. He's surged up. It's a speedy mother looking for a vacuum back. He'll find it. The Iron Shell. Bambo's going to get the clap off, and Soxa still might be in trouble. Another TP coming in. Here's the split. They really want to fight. Morphling has came through. There's the surge coming up. The waveform coming out. They cycling up one. EGM, he's still repelled up, ready to go. They'll dispel magic. Great purification. They'll get one. They almost get Yapsor as well, but Bulldog's about to fall. Can he get out in time? No is the question. The cycling up onto another S4, looking for the Earth Panda. There's the Avalanche. Beautifully timed. Loda will get the double kill that tosses up. It's going to be 3 dead for Mama's boys at Alliance. They rotate everyone up there with the exception of Ake, and boy, that's a hell of a fight. But they might lose their tier 1 tower bottom.
They might. EGM just throwing out heals everywhere, getting so much damage. I'm pretty sure he hit everyone with that and kept his teammate alive, and it's just crazy. Now S4 is going to be so close to a blink if he gets this tower too.
Yeah, that's huge. He's had a good time in lane. He's already up to Tread's Bottle Wand. I mean, the thing is, they're just trying to cyclone him up, but he gets the repel off every time. He's like, okay, the repel is most important on me right now. Maybe later on in the game, that's not going to be the case, but...
Yeah, it is. It looks like Veno's actually going to go. It's going to be a Midas Veno at about 11 minutes in.
All right, they're going to try to transition in the late game. Pycat really could use some farm. He's picked up the Belt of Strength. He still needs the clubs for the treads. Meanwhile, I mean, Medusa, Loda has a bit more net worth. The top 3 net worth, if you look at the chart, Tiny, Darkseer, and then Loda are actually, they're going back and forth, they're trading. But here's the gank mid, it looks like. The waveform, Pycat doesn't have replicate, he can use it on the Yapsor. They're looking for a glimpse back, it's level 3, they're going to find it. And that's going to be the kinetic field, they get up the Avalanche Toss combo, they're going to get the vacuum back in. He's so tanky, the strength morph, he replicates further away. No waveform mana, he can bottle it up as well. They just can't bring him down, but he was at full strength there, and they just weren't able to kill him. It was close, that's a lot invested to that kill, but still. They are going to continue to secure farm, and he's just not going to be able to get anything.
Yep, Morphling is having, he doesn't even have his treads yet. He's about to pick him up, treads Aquilum, Bottle Wand at about 11 minutes. It hurts, but we've seen Pycat come back from worse.
That's true. I mean, last game he wasn't the most farm tier either, but either way, Alliance are having an amazing game, and S4 is in Viz. There's the combo. Black is dead as he hits the ground. Dear God, that slug is actually just destroyed.
At least he did buy out his mice. He lost literally nothing, but giving S4 the gold is the biggest problem. 300 away from Blink.
I mean, he's going to get his blink, and he's going to be right on his way towards Aghanim Scepter. He's going to hit a couple. Oh, mid lane. Aka's going to get hit up with the snowball. There's the Ice Blast, and so we'll get up a free kill with the Walrus Punch. So they find something now as Mama's boys are looking to get back into it. But still, Alliance are in a very, very good spot.
Down a kill, but up 2,000 gold and experience. Not bad. And as who does an S4 kill with his Blink combo? Like, even Pando doesn't have 1k HP. He's just dead.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Bambo, if he gets this kill up here on EGM, he might be close to that Blink Dagger. They think they've replicated, I believe. Ancient Apparition. He's going to head back in so we can farm up. There's the Ice Shards, the Clap, the, I think, Snowball. No Walrus Punch needed to get the kill, and Bambo will pick up the last hit, which gives him less than 100, or right around 100 gold away from his Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, Tiny gets the kill on Venomancer again. They have the Observer Ward here on the high ground in black. As soon as he respawns, he goes down bottom, gets his Midas off, and then just dies.
That's great. Oh, and middle lane, he gets Surge before he TPs. It's going to be a kill on PyCat.
They've got the Glimpse back. They're going to get the Thunderstrike, but here's the Ice Blast coming in, and S4, he does barely dodge it. The Kinetic Field and Static Storm is up. Now PyCat's going to Strength Morph. He's actually going to bring down Ake. They're looking for more. The Clap is in. They've got Split Up, but he's out of mana now. The Mystic Snake going. He doesn't have Stick Charges. Arcane's down for 18 seconds. They're going to get off a huge Purification, a toss-up as well. PyCat will wait for him away. He'll stay alive. Socks and Mystic Snake will not bring him down. The Fairy Fire, but the Avalanche will do the job, and S4 gets a mega kill spree. And at this point, Mama's boys are just trying to disengage and stay alive at the same time, and it's so difficult to do. And Yep, just going to walk right into EGM. There's the Purification, a lot of damage. The Snowball is going to go. It probably will be on to, I think, EGM. It will. He's got Walrus Punch. He's going to use it onto EGM. S4 is looking for an Avalanche, and he's going to have it here, and it's going to be the kill with the Vacuum back as he gets an unstoppable spree. There's a lot of gold in S4's pocket if they kill him. That seems so hard to do, though, right now.
It is. I mean, especially with EGM just always sitting behind him. No points in degen. He's just like, I'm going to heal you. I'm going to repel you. You're not going to take damage. And we have AA ult coming in, but, I mean, it's just to push him back a little bit. And he has a Yasha on the Medusa.
Not in deny range. It's so close. They'll TP and PyCat. They're ready for a Blink Clap coming out from the Panda with the Split App. I'm ready to go. Yapzor is going to respawn the Tusk, kill TP into the mid lane. So this push will continue, perhaps. Alliance will smoke right behind Loda, and they're looking for a fight, and I don't know if Mama's boys can withstand it. S4, he's going to find an haste rune. He's not going to go for it. Toss Avalanche. He can get Bambo, and he'll fall instantly. They weren't expecting it. The Snowball will allow Yapzor to go down as well. Find EGM. The mech will go. Yapzor will get up hit with the Mystic Snake. The last right click, and the Iron Shell will do the damage coming up from Bulldog, which will get the job done. He's Surge up, still looking for more. PyCat will back away. He gets blinked on, but still not there yet. The Adaptive Strike, can they bring him down? I don't think so. There's a lot of damage. There's the Cold Feet. Ice Blast will miss. He gets hit up, I think, with the trail. It's just not enough damage, though. Had he got hit, he would have died, but now there's the jump back in. PyCat cannot replicate out. Great Static Storm from Maki with the Kinetic Field on top of it. They continue to run over Mama's boys at this point now, getting up to almost a 4,000 net worth lead. This is not looking good for Mama's boys, but Alliance, they're pressing the gas here at this point.
Yeah, it's fun watching. Medusa's actually fighting with her team at 13, 14 minutes in, pushing towers, and it's working. I mean, heal, repel, she has nothing to worry about.
I mean, this is just, they're feeling really confident. I would imagine.
Bulldog has not had, like, I mean, he's had a good series. He's been, like, just under the radar. He's had his mech, Arcane Boots, like, every game before 10 minutes, and, like, and you don't just notice it because he's just playing solidly. No flashy plays, just
Ice Blast is going to come in. There's the Clap. Loda's going to get hit up with it. Mystic Snake, he's got not enough mana. He popped up the mana shield, but now he's taking too much damage. The mana's about to run out. They really need another Boulder Toss to come through and finish this one off. And Loda about to fall. The Stick Charge will not do enough. Bambo gets a solo kill with the help of the Ice Blast sailing through from that mid lane. And Bambo, with his blink now, he's able to find the pickup, but that's on cooldown for another 2 minutes. That's the biggest issue. You use it to get the kill, and it's a big kill, but you can't use it for another 2 minutes now.
Yeah, it's just like a Ravage. And, like, you like having it, but after it's used, your hero becomes a lot worse.
Yeah. Black is farming effectively. He has the Midas. He's got the Treads. He's getting Tequila, so I imagine he goes for maybe a Veil first, or you could just go straight into Ags, but I feel like a Veil of this game would be huge for all of the magic damage they have.
Yeah, it would. We'll hope he can pick it up. He's only level 10, but he's farming up, and PyCat getting some farm top now. No one contesting him for the first time in about 16 minutes.
S4 has a drum that he just bought outright at 16 minutes with his blink dagger on top. I'm just like, oh, maybe he's just going to go for an Aghanim Scepter. Let me stop off for a really good item first.
It seems like teams have pushed back their Aghanims like their second or third item. And, I mean, why? If you're just running around getting killed, you don't really need the Aghanims.
That's true. And getting kills anyways with the drum. I mean, Ags would help, but I think the drum will help more at this point.
It's going to be so scary when Admiral Bulldog gets his blink, just vacuum into Disruptor, into Tiny,
There's
into Purification.
So much wombo combo potential. You're absolutely right. Dude, I don't know. It's looking real bad for Mama's boys.
It is, but Sasuke, every time he throws out an ult, it's been a pretty decent ult, like that kill on low to bottom, and just big AA ults, and they'll be fine.
Yep, Stor's going to get a headdress sent out, so the mech will start. This is a big smoke. They need to get something done with this. They would like nothing more than to get S4. However, there's rotations coming in. Alliance have EGM here. He's looking at the creep camp. He'll just walk right through it, but Ice Blast coming in. He blinks out just in time. S4 with beautiful reaction. Now EGM coming in as well. The smoke is still there for the rest of Mama's boys, but Alliance are all here with the exception of Loda. He doesn't have a TP scroll. Maybe they want to fight 5 versus 4, but now S4 jumps right in. Yapsor, he's got Snowball. He won't need to use it. He'll stay alive. He's going to get earned up as well, and now Alliance are going to continue the push. They have vision onto Soxa. They dropped down that Observer Ward, and I think that's why they were able to back up, because the Observer Ward was giving them vision.
Yeah, that's I'm surprised S4 didn't commit. It's a good thing he didn't. That was really smart. I'm surprised they didn't get the kill either.
All right, Morph is up to 1,900 gold, and Ultimate Orb might be really needed.
Yeah, it is, and Load is just free farm middle, level 11. He's got the Manta. He's going first item, Medusa, Manta.
That seems interesting because we've talked about this before. The amount of mana that you need to use Manta, your ultimate, and have enough mana for Mana Shield as well, it's a lot. Like, and that's why you'll see like a Yasha first, then you pick up the Scotty afterwards to get you that mana, to get you the extra HP as well. He's just not doing that. He's like, I'm just going to buy the Manta recipe. I have enough for an Ultimate Orb right now. He's going to send it out, and he's going to have a full Manta style. It's going to give him a lot of damage, but it's a bit dangerous.
Damage, yeah, it is. Look, we have Alliance, S4, Repelled up, looking for Pycat. Oh, the chicken.
Oh, they have spotted S4.
That's okay. I don't need it.
Manta is done. Dusa is, I'm sure, almost ready, if not ready already to fight. Pycat has his Ultimate Orb done. He's going to wait for him and replicate out. And now mid lane, S4 is going to get caught. They're going to bring it down with the Ice Blast. That's a wicked 6-spree. They're going to get EGM with the Cyclone as well. Can they bring him down? The Repel will come out, but they have a lot of right click here between Pycat and the rest of the crew. The waveform will go. He gets off the GA. The Walrus Punch will slow him down. And here's Bulldog coming in. The mech will fly through the TP out the Ice Blast, and he's able to make it away. Still, S4 has been picked up finally, and Mama's boys, at the very least, will get like probably 600 to 700 gold just for that kill alone.
Yep, they get a lot. That's sad. They can't bring down EGM, but they tried their best. But are they even going to be mid towers at full HP? I'm not even sure they can push this, but killing S4 there buys them time,
There's
gets
no
them the money.
again, though. And he's going to be going for Yagam Scepter, by the way, which is huge.
Is he okay? We've been seeing a lot more of that, twice now. Twice more than we've seen in a long time.
I mean, we don't ever really see Brewmasters to begin with, but we're seeing it these games.
He could definitely, I mean, he's just an all-around good hero.
Who actually got that kill? Let's take a look. It was Bambo, which provided him the point booster as well as the 1,000 gold. Morphling is close to his purse, so his Lincoln Sphere is getting there. I mean, he already does hit pretty hard, but...
Yeah, but I mean, once you get that link, it's so much easier to split push. You're not just getting like instantly killed by the tiny combo. And
they can find Loda here, but also Alliance can find Pycat and crew. In fact, he's going to get tossed Avalanche. There's the Static Storm. He's going to be able to get out, though. The waveform Glimpse back's going to go through. They get off the EGM Purification. He's solo. He waveforms out now. S4. They get off the Void. They get off the Poison Nova. AK as well as S4 in trouble. The Ice Blast sailing through. Going to hit onto a couple. They lose Pycat. S4 is going to get searched away. EGM is there as well with the Repel. They might be able to get him out. That's a huge kill if they can get it done. The Repel is back up and ready to go in 3 seconds. They have another blink for Bambo in 1, but it looks like they won't be able to chase this down. EGM might be the one that's caught, however. Bambo is going to run right around the corner. Ice Blast is up in 20 seconds. S4's got blink ready to go. And EGM's going to turn on this, but he probably is going to die for it. And they've got Gale, they've got all this stuff. There's the rather the Purification. S4's going to turn. Bambo's low, but not dead yet. Cold Feet will go. They get off the Veil of Discord as well. EGM going to fall. Loda, he has popped his Mystic Stake. It's not enough. He's veiled up too. The Cyclone will go. They're going to dispel magic. S4 is looking to turn this and try to just get a jump in. Loda's low. He doesn't have enough mana. The Kinetic Field will come through. He's going to fall with the last right click, and Bambo gets a dominating spree. Cyclone is up onto S4 as well. Bambo's so low, and Avalanche would do the job. And he actually gets out. The snowball comes in. He somehow survives, and S4 is going to fall. Ake will be the next to go down with the last right click. The big hammer from Brewmaster, the flail, flinging and getting it done. And he's now so close to his Aghanim Scepter. A 4-for-1 exchange. Pycat, the only death on Mama's boys' side. That is an impressive display of power from their squad.
I just have no clue. They just went on him top, and it was just a turnaround. The only kill coming from a Black getting tossed onto the Veno, and that Mama's boy just... perfect team fight. I don't know how you do that versus an Omni Knight. That was just hectic. And
the Veil, man, that Veil did so much damage for the amount of magic they were pumping out. They're going to get this tier 1 tower finally. EGM will try to deny and not get there. The Gale will miss, plus he, of course, has the Repel up and ready to go, and they'll back away at the same time. Now this gets Sox up to 14 harder. They almost have the full Aghanims for Sexy Bambo, which gives him that much more magic damage. Yapsor has his mech. Black has got enough money for a point booster. The only person that was not involved in that fight was PyCat. And so he'll have to farm his Lincoln Sphere on his own. And he does have the purse, but he needs to stay alive long enough to get the recipe.
You know, he's like, well, I guess I'll take the 4-for-1 trade even though I'm the carry. And that, that's just crazy. That Veil did so much work. And we see the Midas actually coming out on Bulldog late instead of the Blink Daggers.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, I guess I'll go with you, load it to the late game.
You know, I would not be surprised to see BKBs picked up for like everybody on Alliance's side because of the Veil, because of the Poison Nova, all of that.
But all these like mid-tier items on all the Dire Heroes we just showed, like S4 did like 4 different Blink combos and he didn't kill anyone with them. They're just staying alive barely and turning it around.
They are so close to death over time, and you have to remember, you do get toss bonus damage coming out from the Scepter. That's just something you can keep in mind. I don't think it would have really always killed them almost every time, but it's just something that you have to be wary of. And speaking of Aghanims, Bambo has his with 2 more last hits from creeps. And they will lose their tier 2 tower bottom lane, and Alliance are doing a great job split pushing. And that is not the end all be all. That fight's not going to lose them the game outright, but it does get the Mama's boys back into the game.
It brings back they killed everyone, yeah, except Bulldog. And Loda's a little bit down. He has the point booster now going for the Scotty.
Radiant's middle tower is under
There's the
attack.
Blink Dagger done for Bulldog. The Donger getting it up. He's level 12. He still has only level 1 wall. He actually got 3 points in Surge. They really value that move speed right now. The Manfusion's back at the base, the tier 3, pushing it in. Like I talked about, the Axe is done. The Yapsor is going to get a couple of, I guess just one deep ward over here towards the Ancient stack. They're going to get that off so they know that when Loda is doing the Ancients.
And we've already been seeing Bambo has so stuns into tosses. He's going to have even more skills to micro, but if there's one guy who can do it in this game, it's definitely going to be him. And he's going to be such a huge factor in team
How is
fights.
Bambo always the MVP? How's this guy always the goddamn MVP in almost every... I don't understand it.
He's just...
This Bambo Dota.
Yeah, he knows this is the perfect patch for him right now. All his fun run you heroes are back in action.
They're pretty good. And Black will pick up his point booster. He's got enough for another component as well. They smoked pretty close to a couple of these wards, but they were in the tree line.
Yep.
Are they going to head into Roche? Do they have the damage for this? They're going to replicate him with PyCat. There's no ward that scouted him out. I don't think even this ward on the high ground didn't see him head into the Roche pit. They might see some animations. I'm not sure. I doubt it.
Yeah, that was what we were PyCat replicated in while he wasn't quite in the
pit.
fountain. Yeah,
but there's no ward there on the river.
So
they didn't see it.
fine. And look at this Roche going down.
Guys, instantly the Plague Ward's PyCat's damage, and this is certainly going to give him the Link Sphere. Plus, they're going to give him the Aegis.
So he has his item now. He's going to be able to split push, farm, do whatever he wants, and Aegis to boot.
Okay, so this is something the Couch was talking about earlier, and I want to mention it. We talked about the Fusel Blade, and I think that is very important for a number of reasons. The first one being, obviously, the Omni Knight, but also getting some mana drain coming out against the Medusa is very important as well. Yep. Do you think that's going to be picked up, or do you think Mama's boys are just happy with where they are right now?
I think it'll be a super, like a 4th item pickup on PyCat, but that's about it. I don't think they're going to pick one up unless it is on Black, but I don't think it will be.
Well, he needs to get his Aghanim Scepter first, and after that, probably a Blink Dagger. Here we go. Smoke of Deceit gang coming out from Mama's boys. They're going to blink and clap. They'll find Ake. Loda's there as well. The Mystic Snake will go. He gets off his ultimate. He's already super low. The Boulder Toss will go. He gets cold feeted as well. EGM looking to get off of Purification. He's got it. Loda, however, is very fast. He got surged away. EGM will go ahead and repel and TP up as well. They're looking for that Cyclone on Bulldog, and they'll find it. And Loda will not be the one. He's got surged away as well. I don't really know if they can fight this. They're thinking about it. He's going to get dropped down, then blink away. They lose just Ake for that split. That's a really good disengage, and that's the reason why I think he goes for the level 3 Surge. Level 4 Surge has now been picked up over the level 2 Vac Wall, which I think is very, very impressive display from Bulldog to get that ability instead of the wall.
Yeah, they know they're not going to be doing too crazy of fights, and then all Loda has to do is whenever they get gone on, he just clicks ult, and if he wants, he can just run away.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
The Stone Gaze is really important in these team fights.
Black's so close, only 800 away from his Aghanims. Aghanims, AA, ult, Veil, like you hit that on 2 people.
Yapsor's going to get tossed, Avalanche comboed up, the Ice Blast Trail will hit, and Yapsor's got a snowball, but it won't really matter. He's going to get glimpsed back as well, so he's dead for 44. That's actually a pickup that's going to lead into this Tier 2 tower almost certainly, especially with split down for 52. I think they just have to give this away for your mama's boys.
Yep, they do. The repelled Tiny in the front line just does so much, and he has 3K, he can go AC, he can go Ags, he has a lot of different things he can go.
Yeah, these repels have been huge. EGM is having another monster game. All of these games today, he's actually just been ownage in just about every single one. The Dusa Illusions will bring down that 2-2 tower. Alliance realizing that Split's going to be back up momentarily. They'll back away together and look to disengage. PIA has a haste rune use. He's up to 1,300 gold. His next item probably could be an Ethereal Blade. Could go Manta as well for other reasons. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he could go either at this point. They're going to steal the enemy H stack too. Big play from Alliance to get some extra gold for Loda.
That's actually going to give him a Scotty.
Oh, they have vision of Soxa completely. There's an Observer Ward there. They're going to surge away. Actually, that's another reason why you want to pick up Diffusal so badly.
This is the Medusa coming max sword to kill that puts out so much damage to that split shot late, and you just have the Omni. Look at literally just falling around. He's just right clicked on him. Now he's running back now.
And he has the Solar Crest, so give him that evasion. Why not? That's fine.
It's going to be, but still, just if AA manages to find an Ags, which he's farming towards, plus the Veno, that's just so much damage on all your heroes. That's going to be insane.
He's got the point booster up now, and he has one other component. He's got the Ogre Club. Speaking of Ags, they've finished it up for the Venomancer. It's already coming out now. Loda is going to take some damage, but he does just lose mana from it as he has picked up the Scotty. He's got a lot of mana. Bottom lane, S4, split pushing up. They really want this Tier 1 tower. The Glyph will go. They might lose a lot of damage onto this Tier 3. The Glyph will fly, so S4 won't be able to go for the toss combo. They're going to TP back Pycat already. He's got Replicate, by the way. So if they want to fight, Pycat certainly could. I think Ake tried to glimpse him back, and he's actually just going to Replicate home. They're going to keep pushing bottom lane, and it looks like they wanted to fight. Oh, no, he didn't Replicate. He actually, I think he did get glimpsed back. I think he did get glimpsed. I thought that Thunderstrike was the one. Well, either way, Yapster's going to get silenced up. Ake will TP away. He'll make it out. The snowball's not there in time. You can see it go all the way across the map, or at least try to. Still top lane, Pycat looking for another engagement onto Loda or somebody. Probably just Adaptive Strike him in 5 seconds. Maybe a waveform or something.
Yeah, no, that's Scotty. Not much you can do versus Loda.
Yeah, I mean, he does no damage at this point. Not really anything. Pycat might be in trouble. There's 3 heroes mid. He doesn't have waveform another second. He's got the Lincoln Sphere. He's looking for the Illusion Rune top lane. The Creep Wave is following him. They're looking for Purification, but he's going to wait for him up to the high ground. And Pycat still has 2,800 gold, so we still have to wait and see exactly what he is going to buy, which is I'm very interested because he's got a lot of options.
Yeah, he does. It's Saska just sitting in the enemy, behind enemy lines here. He's just like, hey, give me something to ulti. Let's fight something.
I think that's the way Venomancer feels too.
Yeah, they want to fight, but Alliance is doing such a good job split pushing, doing anything.
This age is going to run out in like 20 seconds, maybe less than that. They might just try to take the Ancient stack. Yeah, they will. They have Illusion Runes. They're going to even drop the Replicate up.
Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, you're
Can
right.
I take this? It's going pretty slowly.
Yeah, it is. Like, it's taking a lot of damage. I'm interested. Will he go S-Blade or will he just go for the Scotty or Manta? Him and S4 just... Oh, and S4 picks up a BKB. I don't know.
That was actually the perfect time to do the Ancients because he regens up with the Aegis going down. And S4 is just back to the Tier 2 towers. Like, I'll toss this.
Look at how much
A couple
it's
hammer
taking.
fists. He did go BKB, by the way.
He did. I like that. Obviously, I mean, BKB is always a good item. No matter how much we say they might not get it.
No, they got it this game.
Yeah.
I imagine Loda might actually go for it. Oh, they've got S4 here nearby. Pycat's still farming up. He's got Replicate for 4. They could go on him. Might have to hit that R button. Yeah, he will. And he got most of the Ancient stack. Soxa might be the one that's going to get caught. He will. Avalanche toss combo. One more right click. The Loda Scotty going to town on him as well, slowing him down. And so a nice little pick off for Alliance as they continue to farm back and forth. It's still very even. There's a 1,000 net worth lead for Alliance. But again, it's the late game Dusa that is the monster hero. Pycat is still waiting to get that item, and we'll have to see how he's going to counteract the Dusa.
You know, the biggest thing, though, Mama's Boy does have that better split push with the Morphling. Win a fight and go and just take a tower somewhere else, or if your team's losing, you just split push and hope some good comes out of it. But that bottom Tier 3 is already taking so much damage.
Yeah. S4 is the one split pushing. Imagine if he had an AC or Aghanim or both of those items. HR's already did if that's the case. But
Look at that straight up hype bot on Bulldog.
that is such a good item this game.
It is.
He needed it desperately. You have so much magical damage coming out. It's not even, the pipe's not going to last. Like, it's just going to, it's not going to, it could hopefully block a lot, but 12 seconds isn't going to be enough. We'll wait and see.
Like, yeah, just saving up his money. 4K now.
He might just be able to buy a full BKB. It's the only
what he
thing I
wants
can
to do,
see
yeah.
him saving for. I don't know, though. Or also buyback's pretty good, considering how you know, they have no tier 2 towers with the exception of top lane. Like, if Alliance have pushed in the waves and they win a team fight and PIA doesn't have buyback,
Yeah,
and they don't have split,
yeah, they're just doomed.
yeah. Anyways.
In both teams, we haven't seen a team fight in a while. It definitely favors Alliance in this case. The later goes with a Tiny, a Medusa, even an Omni Knight. Just not much you can do.
It's gotten to that boring stage of the game. It's a lot of farming, really. That's about it. Ice Blast's going to come through onto S4. Again, he's got the BKB. The Adaptive Strike will go the waveform in as well. S4 might have to pop the BKB. Oh, he got Cragged. You've got to be joking. The Replicate is up. S4 really doesn't want to have to pop the BKB. Instead, he'll pop the Drum Charge. And look at a Replicate. He actually, I think, got juked there. He's going to send him into the tree line instead. Now top, they're going to find out Yapsor. He's got no Snowball Ice Shards. He's got the mech up ready to go. Can they bring him down? He'll try to tip you away. They actually don't have the damage. The Purification. Oh, he gets stopped. The glimpse of back coming in through. That was a loud glimpse. I don't know. That was very loud. But yeah, see, I thought it was just us, but it was actually everybody else. That's a little strange. All right, whatever. They kill Yapsor. He's dead for 36. He's got buyback. PIA, what the hell are you buying? God.
He's just split pushing. He could just.
Let me just buy a full Scotty. That's fine.
He might do that. Yeah, I think Scotty's probably his best choice.
No. Bambo has an Ogre Club for the beginnings of the BKB.
Do you think Loda just goes for a down giant, maybe an MKB, or is he going to go for BKB survivability? I'm not sure.
Either are good choices. I'm pretty sure he's very tanky already.
And if he wants, I mean, at this game, the pace it's going, he's going to get 6 slotted unless they want to take fight. Because I think Alliance is, they are ahead now gold-wise.
He went Manta, PIA went Manta.
Okay. So he is going for the split, more the split push build.
I guess he has to. F-Blade would have been nice and be able to blow up a couple of heroes, but with Repel, Purification, the amount of HP and mana that Loda has, probably not the best item. Plus there's a mech on Darkseer. So I think that's the right play. At least just not going for Ethereal Blade, I think is the right play.
Yeah. Soxka actually only 900 away from his Aghanims. So, I mean, they still have the Venomancer A combo. We haven't seen it, but it's definitely there, and we might be reminded of it soon.
I think Mama's boys really want to fight. Roche might be the next engagement we see. The Lincoln Sphere has been popped from PIA. He's got the Replicate. He has 61 strength, 68 agility, not mentioning the bonus agility and strength. 1,000 gold is up. He'll pop the Manta style. Top lane, Bambo's pushing. They'll rotate into Tiny. He's got Blink. He's got his BKB 3.2k, so Zags is close. Here comes EGM. Purification will go, and PIA really just wants to take that Ancient Stack. He'll take a couple of it, but that's about it. Roche is going to respawn in 30-some-odd seconds. They're going to send the Ice Blast all the way down bottom, but I think S4 is going to avoid it. I think it actually went to the Ancient Stack instead.
Yeah, it did, and EGM just avoided it. They just want to see, well, they're probably farming it, and they just moved out of the way. And the problem with going the Aghanims on the Brewmaster now is they're not fighting him, and he's actually getting initiated on.
Oh, he has to split for that, too. That is not the play that they wanted to make. The Cyclone will go. He's got the BKB. He's going to be able to pop it if need be. The Boulder Toss will fly. On the other side coming in, EGM is going to find PIA. He's going to purify himself and be able to back away. The Pandas are getting chased down as well, and this looks to be a dead Bambo one way or the other. They didn't actually get off the Avalanche in a great time, and they get off the toss as well. It's a dominating spree going for the Medusa, so even more farm. That leads right into his MKB. No split. He's dead for 55. Roche is up, and it looks like they're not really close to the Roche pit. However, they are going to smoke up. And unless Mama's boys can get in here quickly, this is not going to go well for them. And in fact, I don't think they should take this at all. I think they need to back up and even wait for the Panda if possible.
Yeah, that's even hard. 40 seconds, and look at Alliance is like, oh, I bet they are trying to sneak this in, and they're not, but Alliance can take it if they want.
Smoke is broke. There's the Snowball. He avoids the Avalanche toss, but he's still in trouble. Yapsor is going to get tossed up nonetheless. And there's the Walrus Punch. They've got Purification. Yapsor pops up the mech, and it'll just be only a stay of execution, really, as he's dead for another 50 seconds. And it looks like Alliance, they had a bit of a rough mid-game, but they found their stride. The BKB on S4, the Repel from EGM, everything they've got going their way. This is going to lead into Roche. They'll send in the Ice Blast. This actually might be an Aghanim sector. It's not. It was so close, but the Ice Blast will do some work nonetheless. They have Pipe as well on Bulldog. He's not really willing to pipe it. Not yet, anyways. There's the Ag done for the Ancient Apparition, but it's still 22 seconds before the next Ice Blast. They have a good Observer Ward for the high ground for Alliance. The Plague Ward is going to scout them out as well.
And look at PIA just doing what he does, split pushing bottom. He's going to get this tier 2 for sure.
Yeah, he will, but they're going to lose the Aegis because of it. They might even lose more if Alliance decide to fight. Let's back up and TP to this tower.
And we do see S4. He is so close. He's 400 away from the Assault Garrus.
He's not even going for the item scepter, but I feel like that's fine.
Yeah, they just have team fight, and all they have to do is kill heroes, and they're going to take the base with Lotus, so they don't really need the Ags. Doesn't really provide
There's like
super much.
There's no armor reduction for Mama's Boys whatsoever, and that's going to stop a lot of the right-click damage with PICAT. Really, it just comes down to Mama's Boys getting the initiation off. If they do, I think they probably win the team fight. There is obviously, like we talked about, pipe and all that stuff, but
Yeah, pipe, repel, but if Veno just gets a good blink 4 or 5 man ult, they're definitely
just
still
all
in
dead
it,
because it's
yeah.
level 3 and it's veiled and it's Ags.
Exactly. And that's why Alliance is scared to push. They're taking the Roche instead of going for a tier 3 tower.
They have so many defensive abilities for Alliance, but it's just never going to be easy at all. Bulldog will get an adaptive strike for good measure. It's not really much damage because I think PICAT's going mostly, he's got a lot of strength. AC's done, and here comes Bulldog, vacuum back in. They're looking for more. I think they were trying to set up with S4 with the Avalanche Toss combo, but it wasn't quite there, and so PICAT will be able to get away. Oh, there's a bottom double damage rune. If he had known, he might have gone for it. He still might. It's pretty damn nice to have.
Yep. Guardian Greaves now. And Bulldog, like we said, Bulldog just playing a solid, quiet game, and just vacuum walls always there. Both teams have amazing team fight.
There's been 4 kills in the past 10 minutes, by the way.
Yep, that's just
Wanted
classic
to throw
Medusa.
that out there. Yeah, classic Medusa games. We're like all excited. It's like, oh man, they're actually fighting with their team. It's fun. It's exciting. They lost that team fight. Not going to fight anymore.
Yeah, Lotus Smart. This is going to be an easy tower to take.
He's got the Talisman of Evasion. They're going to jump in. Bambo, Avalanche, toss back will go. He's got split, but he can't get it off. Pops the BKB, and he dies for it too. That might be it, Alliance. They might have just gotten the nail in the coffin. Morphling will try to split push. We've seen this before. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. The glyph will go. They do not have a glyph for top tier 3 tower. This is not looking that easy for Alliance after all. Still no BKB. Static Storm was used. The Ice Shards will fly. They'll take the melee racks. They jump in. They get off the Veil. They get off the Poison Over. The Ice Blast will come through. EGM's going to get hit up with it as well, but still it's not enough damage. They're going to lose Soxa. They're going to lose Black. They're going to lose the racks. And meanwhile, PICAT is doing the same thing. They're going to get a full set of racks trade. Black will get the kill into EGM. It is a 1-for-1 exchange when it comes to buildings. And they're looking for more. Bulldog is low. PICAT going to right-click him down. One more right-click, but it wouldn't do the job. He's actually going to get kinetic fielded up as well. He's got Waveform in 5. He's going to take down some of the buildings as well. On the backside, they're going to lose Yapsor again. PICAT is the only one alive. He's done a great job pushing, but they can go back to work on these tier 3 towers. What an insane exchange, and they don't have their ultimates back up, though, for Mama's Boys, which is the biggest issue, other than, of course, the split.
Yep, and Black's already bought back just to defend. This is...
Bulldog could have got the vacuum. They could have got the glimpse. They didn't quite see him with the kinetic field. That is...
That's good
huge.
for Mama's Boy. Mama's Boy is completely happy with that. A 1-for-1 Rax trade, and the Morphling didn't die. He's getting stronger, and, I mean, he can just start soloing their base, especially if he picks up... I mean, a Scotty or Butterfly has to be the item here for him.
Yeah, there is the MKB already for the Medusa, but everything else, it's just going to be a full Scotty. And so, again, you talked about, this is something you've been harping on, or not really harping on, you've been talking about for the entire game, is that Morphling can split push fast to Medusa.
Exactly.
And he has.
Yep. That's just straight. I can't believe both teams just lost to Rax. Like, after we didn't see a fight, and then boom, out of nowhere.
Bambo will begin his quest to get to the Assault Cuirass. He's picked up a plate mail, and I mean, he just needs to survive. His BKB, his first usage was with 100 gold, or 100 HP, excuse me, and then he just dies almost instantly after that. So Split wasn't used. It was a good ultimate coming out from Venomancer, but you saw how little damage it did. It felt like because there was BKBs, Loda was already very tanky. They didn't have the Morphling, so...
Be rough, though, but one Rax down for each team, so one team's they're going to have to... And we see Alliance actually just pushing the top, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to let you push this in.
PICAT is pushing bottom very quickly. There is a tier 2 tower up and ready. There's no glyph. PICAT has to clear out these next couple of group waves very fast. Instead, he's just going to keep you back home, and this might have to be the fight for all fights. All the ultimates are back up for both teams, and Alliance considerably have just a bit more farm, 7,500 net worth. They still have the Aegis for Loda, which might be the most important thing. If they can take everyone down around him, that will be huge. Mystic Snake will go. It'll break the Lincoln Sphere. They'll clear out the creep wave, but Loda continues to go to work. He still has the Manta Sal. He'll probably send in the illusions here pretty soon. Maybe just waiting to use the Manta Sal defensively. There it goes. Purification clears up the creep wave almost instantly. That's the Butterfly done, by the way. They jump in. Bambo, he gets off the split. I think they missed on the ultimate from Black. I believe they did. It didn't actually hit on anything, and now the split is going to go down. The wall will fly as well. Black makes a huge air. 3 dead. They all have to buy back. PICAT's getting low. He's getting silenced up. He'll fall. He doesn't have buyback. Loda destroys them with Butterfly, Manta Style, MKB. It's an ultra kill. They're going to dive behind the base now, and that might be an Alliance. They just get too big. Black makes a gigantic air. And Alliance will take another axe. They're going to take the game more than likely here as Pycat is dead for 62 seconds.
Yeah, that did Black get hit by something or what? What's
I
up
don't know
with
what
Blink?
happened.
He just ulted
He just
before
didn't
Blink.
blink. I think he missed his R button.
And there is the good game.
And that's huge. Alliance, they're showing that they are still one of the strongest teams in Europe. Mama's boys, they have nothing to be disappointed about. They had an amazing run here in the lower bracket. This is a team that nobody gave a chance to. They took down elimination mode our first tournament. In our second tournament, Captain's Draft 3.0, they play absolutely outstandingly against some of the best teams in the world, beating a couple of big names. So that's going to be it for Mama's Boys. Thank you so much to them for joining our tournament, for playing so damn well, for giving us so many enjoyable games. Alliance will move on. They will play up against the loser of EG versus Vega. That will be an insane matchup as well. And EG versus Vega is coming right up after we have a little bit of a break. But before we do, we're going to send it back to the couch. We are ready to go. Of course, take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Mott. An epic series indeed. Alliance moves on, and there are only 3 teams that remain. Alliance, Vega, and Evil Geniuses. Sir Action Slacks with the lucky blanket back again.
Yep, S4, you did it, buddy. Great stuff, man. What an amazing tiny that was, and just domination. It could have gone either way. Again, Mama's Boys, what an impressive run that they had, too. I mean, standing up to Alliance, almost taking that game from them. It was close, buddy. It was close. I'm a fair
Make a
weather
choice.
fan, as fair weather can be.
Well,
but
at least you're admitting it. That's
at least
good to
I'm
know.
warm in this blankie.
A bittersweet ending, though, for the Mama's Boys. That last ult from Black.
Yeah.
Ouch. Hard way to go out.
Maybe we can see a highlight of what actually canceled his blink dagger, but
Yeah, let's
All
go ahead
right,
and
we
take
can
a
look
look at all
at
the
that.
highlights.
Great.
We'll get to that when there were a lot of fights in this game. The beginning looked really good for Alliance. They were ahead early on. They had great farm. There was a lot of skirmishing. And then there was that one big team fight in the mid game that really leveled things out when Alliance just had so many deaths. We'll see some of these early skirmishes here. A lot of fighting in this game. They were
Lot of
laced up, ready to
fighting.
go.
Oh, there was a lot of fighting, for sure. But look at them go. Oh, and man, Tusk has just been walking away with barely any health all game for like the last 2 games.
Yep.
He just can't be stopped. But I guess he could be stopped. They did lose. So.
he
was
can't be
he
stopped
was
until
stopped.
he loses.
Until he was killed. But man, so let's talk about the Panda. Now, I learned something new today. You learn something new every day in Dota. Those diffusals, apparently, Panda's ultimate, pretty good against Omni Knight. A lot of diffuse abilities, but it wasn't really utilized as much as it could have been.
Yeah, the blue one. He's got a purge.
Yeah, he's got a nice purge on there.
It's really nice. There were a few times they actually killed, I think they killed EGM once because they were able to get rid of all of his cute little Omni Knight buffs.
Yeah, I think S4 did, though, an amazing job of always, I think it was 2 or 3 times he timed the avalanche perfectly to where the primal split was ending so that Bambo could not blink away afterwards.
Yeah, it was a nice little pick off there. And you were talking during the middle of that game, Slacks, about is Venno really a black hero? You know, it doesn't really strike you as that core. You know, Black Spectre we've come to love and enjoy, but Black Venno not quite the same.
Well, I mean, it's you give Black enough space, you give him the hard enough carry, and he can do amazing things in the end game. But is Venno capable of doing amazing things in the end game?
I think when you have an AA, that potential is there. Like that duo can actually be game winning once they hit critical mass, but. You have to hit the ults for that to happen.
Well, I don't think that would have made a difference in that fight.
No, at that point they were too far behind. But I think in the context of this game, there was some late game potential. In a vacuum, no. Venno is not that end-all, be-all.
You just need that Blink Veil, Ags, and then you're good to go. I mean, after that, then yeah, you drop off a bit. But like you said, with the AA combo, it's pretty disgusting. But we didn't really see that the entire game. Honestly.
No, I mean, and that's the thing. It's a little bit hard to get off. Your enemies have to provide that opportunity for you when they're all grouped up.
Well, let's get serious here. The MVP, of course, without question, had to be Omni Knight. I mean, what a great hero. Just going in, just winning the game pretty much solo. Look at that repel. Look at those purifications. The Guardian Angel that was used, I think, once or twice. I mean, just a game winner.
Once or twice.
I mean, EGN's been playing incredible throughout this entire tournament. We've been talking about it quite a bit, but this game, I think the Disruptor was a really important pick
just
here.
a great Omni Knight.
Even though we didn't really see the Brew Dispel come out that often, this was something that I was talking to Slacks about earlier. It was buffed recently that it's lower cooldown, I believe, and a bigger AoE, right? So you could potentially, it's not just like a single, it didn't used to be single target, but it was small enough that you couldn't really get it on more than one person. Technically speaking, you could get it more than one now, but I'm not sure. Like, I guess he just didn't have good opportunities, or he just held on to GA until after the Brew split. We just didn't see, like, it wasn't as black and white as I figured the team fights would be. Based on the lineup.
The Brew also went for an Aghanim Scepter, which is kind of interesting. You commonly these days when you see him picked up, like more the aura-based build, Vlad's AC after Blink Dagger, that kind of stuff.
Who was it that did that in this tournament? They've got one Ags as well.
Oh, I can't.
Oh,
remember.
I think it was Resolution actually. I mean, it's pretty disgusting in team fights because that's what double Thunderclap. If you're good at microing, which Bambo and Resolution are, then Aghanim's is, I think, the best choice.
Yeah, it can be a really
if you
potent
utilize
item.
every single one of those skills, it's like 2.5 heroes. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Morphling? I like watching. Oh, that move right there. Shut up, Slacks. What a move. That was the game winner.
It was.
The blink in, the throw back into a disruptor. Oh, that was such a good play, S4. See it again.
Yeah,
Show me again.
This was worthy of
boy.
watching
Oh,
twice.
here we go.
yes.
And he's repelled, even better.
Slow
Go,
motion.
Omni Knight, go.
Oh,
Oh.
avalanche.
And
Toss back to your mother.
into the ultimate. It's perfect. God,
And
it
he
was
uses
good.
the BKB as well. So even if he had a buyback here or anything like that, the BKB will be on cooldown. It was everything
But
Alliance
they
wanted.
did trade racks, which I thought was obviously very good for Mama's Boys, although they did give up a few kills in the process as well.
I mean, this was a small stroke of luck for Mama's Boys. If PyCat didn't have a double damage rune here, this would not have been as easy of a trade for Barracks. That
That's
allowed him to
true.
just chew through that tower.
Yeah.
Definitely true.
But, I mean, if Brewmaster was able to get off his ult and fend this off, could they have even gotten one Rax?
Yeah, it could have been a really favorable trade
It could have
for
been
Mama's Boys.
horrific. It could. Mama's Boys could have just taken that shit. So, anyway.
Yep.
Whew, boy, what a game. Mama's Boys, just the surprise to everybody. What
Yeah,
a great team.
it was a great game and a great series. I think we all underestimated what Mama's Boys would put out in this tournament. Of course, we weren't sure what their roster would be, and we were all pleasantly surprised to see Black would be joining the lineup.
Yeah,
and
it changed several times in this tournament.
Yep.
They used Weehaw for a while, which people were very confused about. But of course, they're allowed to use people that aren't in the tournament because Secret declined the offer.
Right.
They did indeed.
Realize.
Well, they've got other tournaments to lose at this moment, so they can. Just kidding.
But I like
Secret.
watching Mama's Boys, man. They're always a fun team to watch.
Yeah,
I mean, any team with Bambo, I think there's that potential for some ridiculous clutch plays, but it seems like every single match they've had has been action-packed, interesting, and there's been something really cool to point out.
Yeah, and right now they're going through. I don't know if this is their actual roster, like set in stone or whatever, but which I guess it's not since the roster lock's not for another month. But they're going through a honeymoon stage right now. So hopefully, once they get to the point where they actually drop off a bit,
Hold on. Can
they
we see
stick
what
together.
canceled that blink there?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that
Yeah,
possible?
rewind.
Rewind, please. Use your production value.
Where is Weno?
So this is the final fight. Veno's in the far back. He's on the right side by that little moon well there.
All right, let's take a look here.
He's about to slither his fat face over.
This
All
could
right.
be
There he
not
is.
the move that lost them the
Where
match.
are you, Black? There you
the
are.
move that made.
Oh, the illusion.
Oh, no, he ulted the illusion. Unfortunate. Truly unfortunate.
That is,
and then-
like you said, this game was
God.
pretty much over at this
Yeah,
point
yeah,
anyway,
of
but
course.
that is just a really brutal way for your last fight to go. When
Right.
you're looking, I mean, if Mama's Boys were able to get off all of their ultimates here and take like a 2-for-5 trade, the game would have gone on a little bit longer, and there's a chance that they could have won. I mean, we've seen some crazier things happen, you know?
Yep. Oh boy. Well, anyway, so who do you think's going to be taking out the finals? Are we
So-
going to see the fabled EG Alliance final, or is someone going to be stepping in their way?
Well, it could be likely. You know, we'll have that next series coming up soon of EG versus Vega. A bit of a grudge match. We talked about it earlier, but you know, Vega, the team that eliminated EG from ESL New York.
When was that? Was in October?
October. You wondered if they even remember that far back.
Well,
I reckon they do.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about it at the time, but like I think I mentioned, PPD does. I think he holds on to that kind of stuff. right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's very bitter.
Huh? Yes, indeed. Indubitably.
Very good.
So we're going to take a short break, folks, and then when we come back, you're going to want to stick around because we've got another rather draft
Whoa,
around the
whoa.
corner.
Wait a second. By the way, Alliance, if you try to start selling S4 blankets, I want 50% of that. I made it. That's something we can both market together. Don't forget about me.
This beautifully branded blanket right here. Baby blue, the new colors of Alliance.
You don't have to brutally destroy me, but continue. All right, we got a rather draft coming up with
And it's a good one.
It's a good one. It's got Loda and Ake, one of those beautiful boys together.
Ah.
I think. I don't know which one it's going to be, but it's definitely people from Alliance. We'll see in just a bit.
Yep. Stick around.